Right, so today I wanted to do a bit of a different video, right? So basically, I wanted to spin a wheel. I know, interesting. And it's basically got all 20 Premier League teams on it. And I'm going to be making a team from those 20 teams. Well, not those 20 teams, those 11 teams. So I'm going to pick 11 randomly. You'll see the wheel spin and everything. And the fun part is I've got to pick them as they come up. So for example, Man City, I chose Man City's player before I chose Tottenham's, before I saw it was Tottenham and stuff like that. So by the end of it, you haven't got many choices of positions, so you just got to pick whoever it is. So let's get into it. Now, obviously I spun the wheel before and I just wrote down my people because I was like on the bus or something. I don't even know what I was doing, but I was on the bus just like flicking through, getting all 11. So we're going to start off with Man City, who you'll see on the wheel is the one we get first. So, for example, for this one, I wanted to go Haaland, which in looking back on it, in my brain, that was not a good choice because I probably should have gone Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah, and it doesn't get much better because, as you'll see on the wheel right now, the next team we got was Tottenham. Yeah, again, not great. I'm going to be honest, it didn't go particularly well. Yeah. We got Tottenham there, which then I couldn't pick Harry Kane, obviously. So now I'm thinking to myself, right, now I've got to pick Son, because Son is one of the best players in the whole Premier League, and it's not a bad shout at left wing, but I would just pick Son there because I feel like I've already messed up in this situation by not picking De Bruyne and then Kane. But then at the same time, we're going to go Haaland, and then I'll go Son. Moving on next, then I got Liverpool. Now, Liverpool's an obvious shout. You go Salah, right wing, in my opinion. That's just quite a clear one. And at this position, I wasn't really thinking about what formation I was going to play. I was just going to kind of go with whatever I found. But I think in the end, I started playing a 4-3-3. So you'll see that coming up soon. So then we actually got Arsenal next. And now I'm thinking, Arsenal's got a lot of good attackers and some decent defenders. But then I was like, you know what, I'll go Partey, like CDM, centre mid kind of thing, because Partey's really good, and he's very important in that Arsenal team, and I think he's one of the most important people in the whole team of Arsenal because of what he does and the leadership he gives, so I thought he's quite a good player to have in there. So I put him centre mid, kind of like DM kind of role, as maybe like a 6 or an 8, whatever you really want to call it. Then we did in fact get Manchester United, and at this point I was like, well, I can't get Ronaldo. He's the only good player really. But then I thought, you know what, Varane, Champions League winner, World Cup winner, I thought he's one of the best defenders to ever play the game, on stats base and on trophies and stuff like that. So yeah, I went Varane at centre-back because one of the best defenders to ever even play the game, I'm going to be honest with you there. And then I did in fact get Brighton. Now, Brighton was a tricky one because I'm thinking, oh no. Like, a lot of Brighton's good players have left, so I was like, let me just secure another centre-back. So at this point, I went for Lewis Dunk because Brighton is a good team unit, but not especially great individually. Let me say that. They are really good, but not the best team in the world. And they perform well as a team, but not really individually. So I thought, centre-back, not a bad option, and I felt like, yeah. It was a pretty decent choice with what I had left. Now at this point, the positions I have left are goalkeeper, 2 centre mids, a left back and a right back. So now at this point I get Aston Villa, and now I'm thinking, should I get Matty Cash? And then for some reason I say no. I'm going to write down Martinez. So I write down Martinez, who obviously over the past couple of years has been one of the best goalkeepers in the whole league. Over the past year, maybe not one of the best. He's been alright, but not up to the standard which was amazing, and Arsenal probably should have never let him go, in my opinion. But he has been good, so I thought, let me just get a goalkeeper in there, and we'll be good. Hopefully I'll get some big teams, because there were some big teams left, you know. Like, well, actually was there? Yeah, you could have got Chelsea, I suppose, could have got, like, West Ham, could have got quite a few teams, actually, to be fair. And then we did actually roll Palace, which at this point I'm thinking, central midfielders at Palace or wing-backs. Now, they're wing-backs. I was tempted to go Mitchell at left-back. However, at this point, I'm thinking, nah, I'll probably get a decent team who have a good left-back. So at this point, I went for Eze, and I just said he'll play Cam. Like, I'm just being real with you. He's going to play Cam. But I kind of don't really care where he plays. He's going to play in that midfield kind of role as a number 10, really, in my opinion. So I picked Eze there. Which isn't a bad shot. I thought that was one of my well, that is the last good pick I actually made, because now you'll notice the two positions which we have left are a left back and a right back. Now at this point I'm thinking, surely it can't be that bad. But then when you see the teams we get, it doesn't get better. We then get Fulham, which at this point I'm then thinking, wow, do I then pick Tete or do I pick Robinson? And I really like Robinson, so I was like, there's a lot of good right backs in the league. Not that many. Well, there's a good few left backs, but not as many. So I was like, yeah, surely I'll get like Chelsea or something and just put Reece James in. So I put Robinson in, thinking, yeah, it'll be fine. I'll be absolutely fine in this situation. And then you know what the worst part is? You know, the last team I got was Bournemouth. And now I'm thinking back, and I'm like, who even plays right back for them? And now I'm thinking, I looked it up, and they play a 3 at the back. I didn't really know their team that well. So they play a 3 at the back, not a bad team. So I have to pick a right wing back, pretty much. And I've got no idea who this guy is, but his name's Adam Smith. The most, like, he sounds like a regen on that Football Manager or something. I'm not being funny, I've never heard of the guy. Maybe that's just me lacking ball knowledge or whatever. But I've never heard of a guy called Adam Smith, who plays at right wing back for Bournemouth. I've never heard of him. Never in my life. Like, ever. So, the team isn't bad, but it's not what you'd call great with those last two fullbacks, especially in the modern era where fullbacks are so important. It was kind of a bit of a depressing one, I'm going to be honest with you there. But let me just run through the team quickly. So, at goalkeeper, you've got Martinez of Aston Villa. Then at centre-back, you've got Varane of Manchester United with Lewis Dunk, pairing him. Whichever way they want to play, one can go right and one can go left. It doesn't really matter to me. It's not real. And then at left back, you've got Adam Smith. No, at right back, you've got Adam Smith. Sorry, I forgot who he even was at that point. Right back, you've got Adam Smith. Left back, you've got Robinson, who is good. Not one of the better centre-backs, left-backs in the league, I'll be honest with you there. And then, like in midfield, we've got a mixture of Partey, who I'd probably pick at centre mid. Oh my god, I missed one out. Oh no, I missed one out. That is a shame. Stop the video. I've missed one out. Now you're probably thinking, where was that second central midfielder? We actually did get Southampton just before we got Fulham. So this was the third last pick. I was like, yeah, I could have picked some decent like fullbacks, but I wanted to get my central midfielder in, and that was James Ward-Prowse. So sorry, I did forget about you there, James Ward-Prowse, but that is the second midfielder in there. So yeah, let's talk about that. So I've spoken about the back line and the goalkeeper. Not great, I'm going to be honest with you there. Probably the worst one which I could have picked. Varane is probably the best one there. And that's not saying something for a Manchester United side that's so poor. I then picked Partey, because Partey is really good and a really important leader for Arsenal. Then picked Ward-Prowse, a great leader and one of the best set-piece taker in the whole Premier League. So I'll have him there. A great captain as well. And then I picked Eze at cam. One of the most skillful players in the league as well, and so fun to watch. I love watching Crystal Palace, great team. And then on up front, you've got Salah on the right, you've got who on the left, Son on the left, and then you've got Haaland up front. So I don't think that's a bad team. Making it out of these 10 random teams where I can't know what the next team is before I pick that one is not a bad shout. I'm not going to lie, I quite enjoyed doing this video. It was a bit frustrating towards the end when I got Bournemouth and Fulham as the last two teams. A bit annoying, but we move, and it was a fun video to film. You'll see the wheel spinning, so it proves I did it. Otherwise, why on earth would I have picked Bournemouth as my last team? And Adam Smith? I don't know. But that is the end of the video, guys. If you have enjoyed this kind of weird video, it's just a bit of fun midweek where not much football's happening right now, so I'm just talking about some random stuff, having a bit of fun. And I did this concept on my basketball YouTube channel, so I'm really enjoying doing it. And it's really interesting to kind of do some more fantasy kind of things where I just pick random players and have a bit of fun with it. So yeah, that is the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching.